Kakapo. Meet the Kakapo, the flightless parrot that feels like the shy introvert of the bird world. Instead of soaring through the sky like other parrots, it waddles across the forest floor like someone who just remembered they left the oven on. It lives in New Zealand's forests, where it climbs trees and then awkwardly glides down as if it's trying to fly but forgot the final step. Its round body and short wings perfectly match a life that clearly gave up on flight long ago. But the real comedy begins at night, when males release deep booming calls that echo through the forest for hours, desperately hoping a mate hears them. It's basically the bird version of shouting into the void and waiting for a reply. This mix of clumsy movement and dramatic loneliness makes the Kakapo oddly adorable and unintentionally hilarious. Lyrebird. Meet the Lyrebird, the forest's ultimate impressionist and probably the most talented troll in the bird kingdom. Instead of singing its own song, it copies everything it hears, from chainsaws to camera shutters and even car alarms. It lives in Australian forests, where it performs elaborate displays while switching sounds so randomly it feels like someone is flipping through radio stations mid-performance. Its elegant body and beautiful tail suggest grace, but its behavior feels more like a chaotic sound comedian testing new impressions. The male uses this mimicry to impress females. Oh, which means his romantic strategy is basically, look at me, I can sound like your worst morning alarm. The contrast between its serious appearance and ridiculous sound effects makes the Lyrebird feel like a prankster hiding in the woods, always ready to confuse anyone who dares to listen too closely. Blue-footed booby. Meet the blue-footed booby, the bird that treats romance like an awkward first date dance audition. It lives along the coasts of the Eastern Pacific. Oh, especially around the Galapagos Islands, where the male proudly lifts his bright blue feet one at a time to impress a mate. The bluer the feet, the more attractive he becomes, so he shows them off like someone flexing brand new sneakers. Its sleek body makes it a strong flyer, but on land, this slow, exaggerated stepping looks almost painfully dramatic, like he practiced the dance all night and still isn't sure if it's working. The serious face combined with those ridiculous blue feet creates a contrast that feels unintentionally comedic. Watching this display is like watching someone nervously try to look cool, which is exactly why this bird's courtship dance feels both charming and hilariously relatable. Kia Parrot. Meet the Kia, the mischievous genius that acts less like a bird and more like the neighborhood troublemaker. Living in the mountains of New Zealand, this parrot is famous for its curiosity, which often turns into playful chaos. Instead of calmly minding its own business, the Kia investigates everything, sometimes stealing objects from humans just to see what happens. With its strong curved beak, it pulls, twists, and pries open things like a tiny green engineer who refuses to follow rules. It boldly approaches people, pecking at backpacks, boots, and even car parts as if testing how much trouble it can get away with. Its intelligence gives it a personality that feels suspiciously human, like that one friend who always presses every button just because they can. This fearless curiosity makes the Kia both impressive and amusingly unpredictable. Roadrunner. Meet the Roadrunner, the desert sprinter that looks like it permanently lives in fast-forward mode. Instead of gracefully flying like most birds, it dashes across the ground with long, exaggerated steps. Oh, head bobbing like it's urgently late for an appointment. It lives in the deserts of North America, where speed on land matters more than elegance in the sky. Its long legs and slim body are perfectly built for chasing insects and lizards. Yet the way it runs feels almost cartoonish, like reality is trying to imitate animation. It suddenly stops, looks around dramatically, and then bursts into motion again, giving it an over-the-top, slightly dramatic personality. Watching a Roadrunner sprint feels like seeing someone panic run across a parking lot, and that chaotic energy is exactly what makes this bird unintentionally funny and endlessly entertaining. Puffin. Meet the Puffin, the bird that looks like a serious professional in the air but turns into pure chaos the moment it lands. It lives on cold coastal cliffs of the North Atlantic, where it flies and dives with impressive precision while hunting fish. In the air and underwater, it moves like a confident expert, but on land, everything falls apart. Its short legs force it into a clumsy, waddling run that looks like someone trying not to slip on ice while pretending everything is fine. Its colorful beak and upright posture give it a strangely serious expression, which only makes the awkward walking even funnier. When it tries to take off, the frantic wing flapping adds to the drama, like it suddenly remembered it actually knows how to fly. But this dramatic switch between elegance and awkwardness is what makes the Puffin so unintentionally hilarious. Secretary Bird. Meet the Secretary Bird, a predator that somehow walks like it's heading to an important meeting while also being ready to start a fight. It lives in the African savannas, where instead of flying to hunt, it strides across the grasslands with long, confident steps that look oddly stylish. Its tall legs and upright posture make it resemble a serious official patrolling the office floor, but the calm elegance disappears when it attacks prey. It suddenly stomps snakes with rapid, powerful kicks that feel almost theatrical, like it rehearsed the move in front of a mirror. Each stomp is precise and deadly, yet the exaggerated motion makes the whole scene look strangely dramatic. This mix of graceful walking and explosive stomping gives the Secretary Bird a personality that feels both intimidating and unexpectedly entertaining to watch. Shoebill Stork. Meet the Shoebill Stork, the intimidating giant that behaves like the world's most dramatic introvert. Living in the swamps of Central Africa, it hunts by standing completely still for long periods, staring at the water like it's deep in thought about life decisions. This frozen pose can last for minutes, creating an awkward silence that feels almost intentional. Then, without warning, it suddenly lunges forward with explosive speed to grab fish using its massive shoe-shaped beak. The shift from statue-like stillness to sudden action feels so extreme it almost looks staged, like a slow-motion scene that suddenly jumps to the climax. Its huge beak and intense stare add to its mysterious presence, making it look permanently serious even during these dramatic attacks. Now, this exaggerated patience followed by sudden chaos is what makes the Shoebill oddly powerful and surprisingly funny to observe.